bed stuck to the wall, or is there some space here? I can't really make out from this picture.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I think they've done? They've put in a really small bed to make the room look big. See? Looks like a single
I think
bed
the same.
here. This is not going to work. We'll have to go. Wish there was a way that I could actually see more details of these flats to help me decide before I have to battle traffic in all corners of the city. Well, guess what? There is a solution. Futuristic, fascinating, and challenging convention, and pushing the envelope when it comes to the human capability for innovation. That's virtual reality for you. And today, with tech giants like Google, Sony, and HTC's high-tech headsets providing an immersive sensory experience, the lines between the real and the imagined are getting blurred. After all, if you want the figures, the virtual reality and augmented reality markets are forecasted to hit $150 billion in revenue by 2020. And treading into this fascinating space, which is the monopoly of giants, is one startup that also wants to ride the technology wave of virtual reality. This is SmartVizX, a startup that provides virtual reality solutions by claiming to change the way we consume information visually. And here are my 3 questions for this startup. How does SmartVizX compete with giants like Google, Microsoft, and Sony that are market leaders when it comes to virtual reality? How does virtual reality become a commodity that can generate revenue in India? How can the potential of virtual reality be tapped beyond the world of gaming?
At one point in time, all of this wasn't possible at all. I had a bad car crash in 2001. I was lucky to survive that accident. There were talks around amputating my leg, and through it all, I was just like, hey, this cannot be happening to me at all. My wife, Tithi, she's the co-founder at SmartViz.
I have known Gautam for the last 14 years. For as long as we know each other, we've been working together. We've got complementary skill sets. I am the creative design and business development person and an operations person. He is the big ideas guy and the execution person.
They say it takes 2 to tango. Well, in this case, it takes 2 to make wonders happen in virtual reality. Meet the masterminds behind SmartVizX, Gautam Tiwari, the founder and the chief storyteller at the startup, and his partner in SmartVizX and life is Tithi, who ensures the ball keeps rolling. Together, they form an indomitable front and lack the nervous chaos that we have come to identify most startup founders with. But what makes them different?
We are not exactly the typical startup that people are used to seeing, and the buzzword that you see in the industry these days, college dropout, young 20-year-old kids. Most of them that I've met are brilliant people, by the way. Yes, we are an absolute antithesis. We have been there, we have done that, we've set up businesses, we've taken businesses to a fairly decent level of success.
We did have a good life, you know, fat paycheck, all the security, recognition, really good life. I think what was really sort of bothering me was the fear of stagnation. There was something at the back of the mind which kept saying that, you know, there is something out there which needs to change. People have been working in a traditional methodology for way too long.
There's a lot of confidence that's going in terms of what we are doing, and we know where we want to get to and how to get there.
I don't think we have any less enthusiasm, energy, like passion that any startup founder has to make this venture into the biggest thing that ever happened.
And it is from their neat little office in Noida that Gautam and Tithi dream to transform the virtual into real, and of course, vice versa. After all, seeing the world in 3D makes life more interesting, doesn't it? The young team under the leadership of Tithi and Gautam provide virtual reality solutions for businesses through immersive technology. But can SmartVizX take virtual reality from the geeky and very niche domain of gamers to make a mark in the world of startups?
What we are trying to do at SmartViz is we are trying to merge this gaming technique and the architectural visualization and create a visualization process, or a virtualization process rather, which gives back the control to the user.
There is a lot more awareness than it used to be just 1 year ago when we actually started doing some recce's and, you know, finding out what is out there with respect to virtual reality. There was also a lot of confusion that exists in the market. What is virtual reality, and what is 360 tours, which have been sort of marketed as virtual reality. So I really think that the awareness is increasing, and that is one of the reasons why we are seeing internationally also a lot of action, a lot of people talking about virtual reality and augmented reality being the next big thing. We are seeing, in fact, a lot of people approach us to create solutions, to create products for their specific companies.
So we have created 3 products at SmartViz. One is called ArcViz, which is a full-blown virtual reality product which is viewed through a head-mounted device, which is interactive. The second one is called YViz, virtually immersive visualization. It is basically meant to create online solutions, streamable solutions for architectural projects. The third product is called Visor, which is specifically for the furniture segment. It's again an online tool which will help the companies that are into furniture sales create an a more engaging sort of a platform for their buyers.
Our vision is to actually have virtual reality reach the masses. Important decision that we have taken in terms of our revenue pricing as well is that we are going to keep our pricing sort of affordable, and the reason for doing this is that we want everybody to be able to afford this. So while we may be paying out of our pocket for the first few jobs, but the whole intention is to create a library in our gaming engines so that the subsequent projects almost become like more and more profitable as we move forward.
There is no reason why we can't create content for the Microsoft HoloLens. There is no reason why we can't create content particularly for Facebook's Oculus Rift. So maybe someday Magic Leap 2, we can capture the content as SmartViz. We can view the content as SmartViz too, but these are largely dependent on external devices which the Facebooks or the Microsofts or the Googles are creating. I think there's no competition. I think we are complementing what they are trying to do with their hardware-based technology.
That was a smart way to get out of a tough question, Mr. Startup, but we are not quite convinced. So we decided to test out the technology ourselves.
Hi Chandan.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so what are we going to be seeing today?
This is a demo of a ArcViz project that we made.
Okay.
This basically lets you visualize real estate product before actually going there.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, that is a stunning view. Wow. So I want to change this chair to, let's say, orange for now.
Just look at the chair, still is highlighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're changing it.
But I have my doubts. Will it be easy to convince the masses that touch and feel reality isn't everything?
India is this concept is a little ahead of the market right now, but right time to explore this space.
I think it's a game changer. It's bringing gamification and virtual reality together. And interestingly, it has a lot of applications apart from just what they are doing. It has in disaster relief, in healthcare, very many other sectors. I think this is a very interesting venture and very experienced founding team from what I gather.
A customer will show interest to any such innovative idea only if they find a good return over investment, whether it's money or the time. So they have to build this intellectual property they have created around the go-to-market strategy and then prove that the return over investment to the customer is pretty high.
My quest is to find the exceptional one, that one